Uh-oh.
It's taken over. There's no escape. You better get moving.
It's extremely loud. Man. Test one, test two. All right, all right. Finish getting set up here. Oh crap, what was I doing? I forgot. I totally forgot. What was I doing? What was I doing? Oh, that's right. Looking for someone. Oh crap, he doesn't have one of those. No, he doesn't. Alrighty then. Well, all right, and done. Okay, good. Let's get started. Perfectly. 8:50. Let's get this started. Oh shit. There we go. Okay, done. Now we're done. Oh, all right, all right. What is going on, everybody? Showing you guys doing a quick tutorial. Wrong fucking menu. There we go. Okay, perfect. Showing you guys a tutorial on how to um make photon cars in Garry's mod. Got a lot of questions on the old video. And whenever I send anybody the actual video from the actual creator of Photon on how to do it, I guess they don't understand it or they just don't look at it. I don't know. That's not, I don't get it, but whatever. But I'm gonna just show you guys how to do it step by step from the very beginning all the way to the end. Only thing I won't be showing you is how to upload it to the workshop since I don't do that. All right then. Obviously the first thing you'll need is Gary's mod. That should that actually shouldn't be a whole suggestion. I feel like everybody should know by now that you need Gary's mod to do Photon. Once you have Gary's mod, um, you're gonna need a couple of add-ons to get you started. Luckily for you, I have created a collection for you to where you could just subscribe to almost everything dealing with Photon related, and you're good to go. To find this collection, you're gonna open your Steam app, or you can go on your Google Chrome. You can open the Steam launcher or whatever you want to call it. I'm using Google Chrome, so it's easier for me to well, I'm using Google Chrome all day today throughout this process of the tutorial, so it's easier for me to show you. But it's the same exact fault. The steps are the same exact way you would do it on a Steam launcher. To find the once you have Gary's mod downloaded and whatnot, and to find out the collection for like the starter kit, the builder's essentials, what I called it for Photon, you're just gonna go to the community and you're gonna go to workshops. And once you're in workshops, you're gonna choose Gary's mod, and then you're gonna scroll all the way down. You're gonna click most subscribe and then see all. And then once you're in here, you're gonna go over here to browse and go to collections. Crap, stay open. There we go. Now, once you're in collections, you're going to go over here to the search bar and type in Photon Creator Essentials Pack. That's what you're going to type in word by word, piece by piece, just like how it's written, it's just like how it's spelled here. You're going to do the same exact thing. And then you're going to search for that pack, and the first thing that pops up should be mine. Photon Creator Essentials Packs Collection by Fatboy94. This is everything you need to start photon creating, to start creating your own photon vehicles. It has a lot of light bars or lighting components, as they're called, that other people have added. It has a lot of those you can see here. The Wheeling Ultra Freedom MIDI, Wheeling 700, M9 visor light bars, the photon components for like the 2014, 2017 Ford Explorers for the, and what that means is like the headlight flashers, the wig wags, the tail and reverse light hideaways, stuff like that. Then obviously you have photon lighting engine. You have a couple. Then you have a couple of vehicles. The emergency vehicle pack from TDM gets you the basis. It's like the best one to use right now. It gives you the basic police cruisers, so like the '08 Charger, the '12 Charger, think the 2011 CVPI, the 2013 or 2014 Ford Police Interceptor sedan, and I think like the 2009 CVPI too. So this is a great pack to use. But then you obviously you have Photon, you have a couple of prop packs. You have things that you need like here to use other vehicles. So like you need, in order to use the 2015 Suburban, you would have to need Talent's car share textures. But then you got things like the utility Suburban, some more props, and like you got just a bunch of photon stuff that you can use. So this is pretty much, like I said, this is what you'll need to start photon creating. Well, let me rephrase. It's, in my opinion, what you need to start photon creating, just the basics. But if you want to, there's a button. You can subscribe to all of them, which I highly recommend. Just click subscribe to all, and once that all finished downloading, then you're ready to start Photon. Or if you want, you could just subscribe to certain ones to get you started off slowly. But there you go. You can also do that whenever it comes time. All right. So once you click subscribe to all, your Garrys mod is now Photon enabled and is now able to create Photon vehicles. Now, gets to the part where we're going to create Photon vehicles. But before we start that, I suggest you download Notepad++. I use Notepad++ for everything. Excuse me. For everything dealing with Garry's mod. Fine, you can just go to your Google Chrome or whatever internet source, type in Notepad++, go here to Notepad++, and then download over here. Click download and install that. I use Notepad plus plus. You can use regular Notepad or whatever type of text editing software you have, but I use Notepad plus plus. It is easier for me, and I feel like it's stupid people friendly because I can do it. So you can do it. I can do it. You can do it. We all can do it. But once you download Notepad plus plus, that is the only thing that you will really need the most to do photon vehicles, to create a photon vehicles. It's pretty much like the number one tool for creating photon. Besides like Gary's mod and photon, but outside of that, this is the number one tool you're going to need. So go ahead and download that, and then now you're all ready to go. So the next step to do is to start Gary's mod. So go ahead and start Gary's mod. All right, so I got Garry's mod up and running. You're gonna go start a new game. You can choose any map you want. I just choose flat grass because it's the most easy. I mean, it's the most basic map. There's nothing much to really going on. I mean, really, you really don't need to choose a whole RP map, in my opinion, because you're creating a photon car. The focus should be the photon car, and not anything else around it. So I say just choose it like a basic map. You don't need much. All right. And once you're in Photon and once you're in Gary's mod, now you can start creating your vehicle. So to create your vehicle or to choose, first we have to choose a vehicle that you want to add Photon. A lot of the vehicles on the workshop can be modified for Photon usage. To choose a vehicle you want to use, you're just gonna hold Q. You're gonna go over here to vehicles, and then right over here in vehicles is where if you did download everything from the creators essentials pack like that I did, this is where all of those vehicles would be at, right here in this vehicles tab. And then they'll be categorized by whoever makes it, and that person will have their own category over here. So let's say the TDM base pack, you want to use something from there. You just go down here, TDM emergency, and there you have it. You got the 2012 Dodge Charger, 208 Charger. I believe this is like a '09 CVPI, 11 CVPI, the 2013 Taurus. You can use any of these vehicles, but like I said, if you downloaded the whole pack, then you have other people's vehicles. So you have like the 2015 Suburban. Let's go to where super emergency vehicles. Nope, not this one. That one. Then you'll have like the 2015 Tahoe, 2014 Explorer, 2016 Explorer, 2015 Chargers. Uh, if you're weird, you have the Ford Fusion or the Modino is called. I don't really know the difference between both. You got this Caprice. So I mean, you like almost every vehicle can be customized, and there are actually some people who make cars that are already customized with props. So like Pringles civilian cars, this is a retired 2011. You see it already has the spotlights, the push bar, the cage, and the center console. You really wouldn't have to do much when it comes to props, when adding props. But I'm going to show you how you can tweak your own vehicle to your design using the body groups that it comes with. So let's say for this tutorial, we're going to be using TDM's 2011 CVPI. This is what we're going to be using for the base start. For this whole tutorial, you're going to be using this one car here. Now, let's say you want to customize and make it look like your own cruiser or whatnot. Without even downloading anything else, this car already comes with its own body groups. And what I mean body groups is you can right click, you can hold C, you want to right click the car and go down to body groups. Now this is everything that is changeable on this vehicle. For example, as you can see currently there are no spotlights on this car. If you hold C, right click on it, go to body group spotlight and left click, and add spotlights on it so you don't have to do it yourself. Now, once you do that, do want to say these are not working. They don't work. They just there for the show. They're the aesthetic feel. Now, I'm gonna show you how to later on how to make them work, but as of right now, this is all for show. So let's say you got the spotlights. Let's say what else you want to take off. You can just right click body groups and you see it has multiple things, multiple like a lot of categories. If you see EM before category, that means it's an emergency lighting or um, some type of emergency prop. So for example, this says EM dash. This is an emergency. This is just a dash light, like an emergency strobe light for your dash. That's pretty much what that is. So I would definitely suggest you take anything with EM besides spotlights, you automatically should always take off. So like I have the mirror beams here, you can see the grill lights there. Let's go ahead and take those off because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be adding those myself in Photon. So you just go down, look for grill, left right click, look for mirrors, which is right here, and the mirrors are gone. Now, let's see. The next step, let's say we want to look at push bars. This car comes with 3 push bars. The one that currently has equipped, and then it comes with a wraparound push bar, which is that, and then it comes with a CHP push bar, like that. But let's say you're not really feeling none of these push bars. I'm gonna show you guys how to install your own push bar with the props, as in props, how to make pretty much how to make your own body group. So let's say for now we're just gonna leave push bars blank. And then all you do now is just go through the body groups and figure out, set it up to which you like it. So I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna go in. Uh, sorry. We're gonna click V. V allows you to fly around your car and no clip. It's a huge handy tool. So right now we're gonna work on the center console. You're gonna hold C, right click the car, and right here center console, interior console. This really isn't necessary, but for the aesthetic feels, I like to always put this to something where these are pretty much the top three siren center consoles for, like, I guess the US. You have the Wheeling Syncom, the Wheeling 295, and then the Federal Signal Smart Siren, which LAPD uses. And so let's say like you're making an LAPD card, and for aesthetic reasons you can go ahead and throw that in the Smart Siren, and maybe you want to use a Syncom, you throw that in. Maybe you want to use something like the 295, then you go ahead and throw that in. But like I said, this is all just for aesthetic, just to make the car feel real. After that, I will go ahead and remove the center one here because that poses no threat. But I will show you a center console that does have lighting and is photon enabled. So that's why I removed that. Let's see what else we want to fix. We want to keep the cage, and I believe we can get Windows bars on those cage though, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we can. So cage 2 throws on the window bars, which is now complete prisoner cage. Let's see what else I want to change. See, no lights, headlights. So the front door panels. So front door panels are just the side striping on that. Let's add. We're gonna add just the back, just the rear. So let's take the front door ones off. Yeah, we're gonna add just the rear. Um, Door handles, perfect. Make it black. Rear window. Now, the rear windows, there are a lot of cars that tint their own windows, but a lot of the times they do void your photon lighting. So like for this instance, this cruiser, for this particular model, the rear window tint does cancel out photon. So let me see if I can show you what I mean. All right, so this is pretty much the same car. This is the same car that the same exact car, but it's already photon enabled. Somebody has already created it. Let's see if we get some. As you can see, okay. So let's add some rear window lighting so I can show you what I mean by this. Rear upper. Let's do just a regular red and blue. And rear lower. All right. Actually, let's choose a different one because that looks stupid. That looks stupid too. Jesus Christ. There it is. All right, there we go. So you can see that you have lights in the rear. But let's say you go add that window tint from the body groups. Rear windows, and it cancels out the photon. You're not able to see it. Even though it looks cool aesthetically, you can see it, and it most likely look cool, it cancels out the photon. So a lot of the vehicles do that, but that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. So whether you want to have rear windows lights, or maybe you're not doing like any dash lights, rear deck lights or anything like that, then you can go ahead and photon and go ahead and add your rear windows. But for this, we're not going to, because I want to show you everything that is possible. Literally everything that is possible, I would like to show you. So we're gonna cancel that. Let's see what else. Door handles, radio antennas, radio antennas. Let's work with antennas next. Let's just do the maximum amount of antennas. So you got the one on the roof, the little two small ones, the puck, and then the CHP whiplash. That's what I call it. And wheels. Let's throw hubcaps on it. Yeah, this is gonna look really, really extremely weird, but hey, what the hell? So right now, let's say you're gonna accept this. Another thing you can do in the game is also choose the color of your car. So if you just go, you wanna hold Q again, go to tools, you're gonna scroll down to color, and now you're able to just make your car whatever color you want. You wanna make it orange, bam, or that looks like orange or like golden. You can make it golden. Red, you can do that. White, black, charcoal. Whatever you want. Blue, federal blue. You can make this pretty much whatever color you want. But I'm gonna also show you how to change it in when you go to edit it. So let's just put it back at white for now. And now let's say this is what you want. This is your car you're going to accept. This is the car you want to make, exactly how it looks. There's nothing else you want to do besides adding props, but I'm going to show you how to add props next. But like everything's done. Next step you want to do, you want to get in the car. You're going to hold Q. You're going to go over here to utilities and go straight down right here to under Photon to Express Creator. And then right here is where the start of Photon creating comes in. First thing you're going to do is choose the name for your vehicle. So right now we're just going to name this Tutorial CVPI. Alright. The next step is the spawn category. Now this dictates where it will spawn over here. If you do decide to upload to the workshop, this is going to be necessary for people to find your vehicles. So you should name it, something, I guess, knowledgeable, or something that can tell, hey, I'm looking for such and such as vehicles. Oh, let me go over here such as in his category and see if his vehicle in there. So for this, we're just going to name it Photon Fat Boy. All right. Now you can choose a side. Now we have, I think there's about over 50 sirens that you can choose from. You could just you could choose any random one if you don't, if you're not really too keen on sirens. You could choose any one. You could choose your most favorite, or you could just, actually find the one that you're looking for using, obviously like Google, using goddamn, yeah, I had it right. Google, using Google Chrome, just going in there, like if you're making an LAPD, hey, what sirens do the LAPD use? What sirens do Grapeseed Police and Grand Theft Auto use? Stuff like that. You can also just do that, find out what siren they use, and see if we have that siren. But as you can see, like there are endless and endless of sirens. And look, there's like Dutch, there's European sirens, some federal signals, Phoenix, France, some other ones that don't quite necessarily, make sense. Some signal sound offs. There's Wheeling, Woodwind Engineering, which is like England. I believe this is German, I believe, but like there's endless sirens. But for right now, we're going to use the shit. What center console do we have again? And see, this here we go plays an effect. That is the, which one is this one? I forgot which one we chose. The 295. Okay. So for the aesthetic, since we had the 295 in there, we're going to choose the 295 siren. So I believe that is down here in Wheeling. Yep, there we go. 295. And done. Next you want to start. Next you choose your starter light bar. This is the light bar. This is the first Photon component that your vehicle will ever have, and this is always true unless you start getting to the point where you can start creating cars without even having to go into Garrys mod. And I'll show you why, because that is a very, very time-consuming thing. But let's just say, you had, like I said, same thing with the sirens. We have a lot of light bars: CHP, Federal Signal, Origin, Integrity, Legends, Ultrastar, Visions, Legends Red. You got a bunch, some German ones, Policia, Polish, the CHP, deck lighting, full visor bars, Justice, Mini Justice, rotor beams. Like, it's a lot of light bars that you have here. So for right now, we're going to use, let's see, what's the basic light bar? Let's just use the Integrity. No, is it the Justice? I think it's the Justice. Alright, so where's it at? There we go. Let's just see. Yep, there we go. Wheeling. Nope, so it's not the, oh yes it is. It's the Justice. Oh, where'd it go? Alright, so we have Wheeling Justice with the Wheeling 95 siren. So next step you're going to do, once you're all done, you figured out everything looks total and copacetic, you're going to click Copy Configuration. And right now that means everything that you have done to this vehicle has been copied. And now it's time to go to Notepad++. Now, once you're in Notepad++, comes the next step. Notepad++, like I said, it is the first and only tool, well, the first and most primary tool that you'll use to edit, to do anything photon wise, to edit your photon vehicle, the positions, the lighting, everything, the phase, all of that. So like I said, you just open it up. Like I said, you use whichever editing software you prefer, but Notepad++ is the one I use. So once you're in Photon, you're gonna just right click and paste. Oh shit, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. So just right click and paste. And now this is your Photons Vehicles Lua file. This is the file pretty much for all your photons. It's similar to this. You have the vehicle name, tutorial CVPI, and see it already puts in a siren, the color of your car. So this is another way you change vehicle color. So right now it's 255, 255, 255. Obviously, if you don't know, there's red, green, and blue. I mean, this is the red. This is like to change the color of red, the green, and then the blue. So let's say you. So right now it's all white. We're gonna make it black. You just make it the 0. Put all at the 0. If you want to find like a certain color's color code, you just go. Once again, go to Google, type in whatever color the name. The name of the color. So like Federal Blue or dark tornado red, and then you're going to type in color code after you do that. So dark tornado red color code, and then you'll see the three numbers just like in the same format, and those are the same numbers. Once again though, this is a video game, so obviously the color might not look exactly to what you expect it to look like in the real world. So there you go. Here you're gonna also change the body groups. You have the antenna, everything that you changed that I showed you with the when you're hold C, you can change it here too. So in game we changed the vehicle to have these spotlight. I mean this antenna setup. Let's say all of a sudden I don't like this setup. You want to change it. You just go down to where it says radio antenna, and you're gonna click whichever number between 0, 1, 2. I believe 0, 1, 2, and I think there's maybe a 4. Radio antenna. Oh crap. Radio antennas. Yeah, so there's 4 things. So this is 2. So the way this works is you just add and subtract. So if this is 2, this is 1, this is 0, and this is 4. 4 removes all antennas. And then obviously you have your different setup for the antenna. So right now we're in 2. This is the setup for 2. Let's say we want to go with a more, lower profile with antennas 1 with, just that stuff. Just what you got on top. The puck and then the 2 small antennas. Let's say you want to go with that. You're going to go back in here and figure, like I said, remember which one you did. So this is antenna number 1, which is 0. So you're just going to go in here and change that to 0. Just like that, you changed it to this pattern, so now you will not have to change this each and every time. It's already changed. Okay, well, I accidentally deleted that, but that's okay. And then here you see you have your wheel and justice. This is where your photon is. This is your photon right here. This is all photon. This is your photon light bar. The wheel and justice, EMV auto, everything photon will go here. And then you'll just have like some, just basic stuff. EMV, I mean the sequences. So pretty much like code how to, code 1, code 2, code 3, left, diverge, right. And then like more of the vehicle information down here. So once you have everything set, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna save this. But to save this though, you're gonna have to go into your Garrys mod folder. So please find that out first, and I'm gonna show you where it should be located at. To save this, you're gonna click the save button at the top, and it's gonna automatically. Ooh, that's for Metro Exodus. Nope. Let's go to desktop. Oh no, there we go. All right. So let's just say you're gonna go find your Garrys mod folder. For most people, it's gonna be here in your C drive, but I have another SSD in my computer, so I have it all over here in gaming in my D drive. So you just go to whichever drive you have your Steam games at, and you're gonna go to Programs 86, Steam, scroll down to Steam Apps, Common, and then right here Garrys mod. You're gonna click on Garrys mod, and then you're gonna go into Garrys mod and then add-ons. Now, once you're in add-ons, you're gonna do the next couple steps are extremely big. You're gonna make a new folder, which I gotta figure out how to do. Is that it? Yeah, create a new folder, and you're gonna name it whatever you want to. Name it something that obviously, like I said, name it whatever you want to, but name it something that you can remember and that you know what's inside. So for me, I'm just gonna name it Fat Boy, Fat Boy Photon, just like that. Now inside of this folder, you're gonna, oops, hold on, negative. Damn, I forgot my damn self. Oh wait, nope. Yeah, you're gonna go to Photon. Let me use a cheat sheet here. Yeah, so you're gonna name God damn it, I'm getting tongue tied now. Alright, so once you're in the Photon Fat Boy, the next step you're gonna do, you're gonna go into that folder, you're gonna create another folder called Lua. Lua. Alright, and then once you have that, you're gonna go inside that folder, create another one called Auto Run, just like that. And now your next folder, you're gonna go inside that folder, and this is where you save your cars. This is where you will save your every car that you make, every photon. This is where you save it. So you just go down here, make a name for it, tutor. You can name it whatever you want, tutorial, CBPI, and you're gonna always do this. At the end of naming it, you're always gonna type .lua and then save. And now you have a photon vehicle that you just created in Garry's mod. But wait, you go back to Garry's mod and like where's you try to pull up that car now. That car's in nowhere. You see that file is nowhere to be on. Photon Fat Boy. It's not even here. That's because each time you have to create a photon vehicle, you have to restart Garry's mod. So you just restart Garry's mod. And this is what I said earlier, where if you know how to make, you can add a photon car without actually going into Garry's mod. It is way helpful. So now you just restart Garry's mod. All right, now this, go to start new game, flat grass. So what I mean by you don't have to go into Garry's mod, if you make enough vehicles, then you should have enough files to where you can copy a vehicle that you already have done, paste it in Notepad in a brand new Notepad plus plus, save it, rename it, rename it, do all of that stuff before going into Garry's mod. So let's say you made a CHP CV, I'm a CVP CHP, the light bar version, the one with the light bar. Everything else is set up, but the only thing different is you're changing for that one. You're just taking the light bar off, putting in a dash light and the rear deck light. Why go into Garry's mod to redo all of that? We could just copy the CHP with the light bar, paste it, and then save it, and then delete the light bar. So that way, when you go into Garry's mod, you don't have to literally do everything. You don't have to make the body groups all over again. You don't have to rename it. You don't have to do all of that over. You can just do everything within Notepad++. All right. So now that you're back in Garry's mod, it's time to find your vehicle. So once again, you're gonna hold Q, vehicles, and on this left side, you should now see your category. Fat Boy Photon, I'm a Photon Fat Boy. You're gonna click that, and there it is, Tutorial CVPI. You're gonna click that, and bam. And remember, we changed the colors and changed the antennas. And as you can see, the color is now black, and the antenna is now the one we set it up. And there is your light bar. And to make sure that your photon is working, just go in, press Control for third person, and then F. And there you go. You have a photon light. Your car is now a photon. You just created a photon vehicle. Congratulations. This is the end of the tutorial. You're done. But no, seriously, you're not done. There's a lot more to do. Obviously, your light bar is floating above your car, which it shouldn't be. So we're going to change a lot of this. Now, the first thing I'm going to teach you is how to change the light bar color, pattern, and everything else. And there's two ways of doing this. So first of all, we're going to position the light bar. We're going to position the light bar correctly on the vehicle. So obviously your light bar shouldn't be floating above your Crown Vic. So first we're going to position it. So Next thing you do, you're gonna go back to Notepad plus plus, and now that you have made this an actual photon car, you can now move this to your liking. But before doing that, I suggest going back into Garrys mod, holding down C, going up to Photon, and clicking Toggle Debug Mode. Now, toggling debug mode will help you position a light bar when it comes to sizing it and how, like, where exactly on you want it on the car. So now that sizing and all of that is taken care of, you're gonna go to back to. I mean, you got in debug mode. You're gonna go to your Notepad plus plus, and this is where you'll be able to move your light bar at. So let's start with the left or right. So the first number in this dictates which side of the vehicle the light bar sits on. Do you want it on the driver's side, the passenger side, or like dead center? Obviously, it's a light bar, so you're going to want it center, so you just leave it here. But let's say you wanted it to the left side of to the passenger side of the cruiser. You just take this zero and make it a positive number. You just keep this number positive. So from 10, we're going to add a 1, which is a positive. It puts it on the passenger side. As you can see, it shifts it towards the passenger side. 20, even more. 50, all the way over. Let's say you want to make this, you want to put it on the passenger side. Just whatever 50 you do, all you do is just add a negative. And just like that, boom, it's on the opposite side. So think of it as like a line going straight down the center of the CVP app. This is the positive side, this is the negative side. And that's pretty much how you dictate where you want your light bar to sit, where you want your lighting components to sit in regards to the vehicle. So for right now, obviously we don't want it on either side. We're going to leave it at 0, put it back in the middle. So the next one to do is where you want your light bar to sit in relevance to the rear or the front of the vehicle. As you can see that the light bar is pretty much more towards the top. I mean, the more towards the front of the vehicle. Obviously, we all know light bars go on the center of the roof. So now we have to change that. Same thing with the siding. You keep this positive to keep it to the front of the vehicle, negative to make it go to the rear of the vehicle. Obviously, we need to make it go to the rear. So you're going to do a negative and then just start off at a number that you think may be right. Let's just start negative 20, save. Holy shit, that was perfect. That looks dead center. Next, you want to do is obviously the height. I mean, come on, like light bar shouldn't be that high off your car. So now at base is always going to be at 100. To move this light bar down, once again, is the negative. Same thing, positive, negative, positive, negative. To move it down, you got to go down. So from 100, let's go 75. Oh shit, that's all the way in the vehicle. So we went a little too far. Let's go 80. All right, that looks a little better. Now it looks like the light bar is attached to the car. Depending on who you are, if you're a stickler for details, you're gonna have to do this. You're gonna go in and like make sure this looks perfect, and this is what I'm talking about. So when using the flying tool, the no clip tool, you can literally go as close as you can to this to the vehicle, and we're gonna be focusing on the brackets, that little piece right there. The piece right here is curved that way because this piece here, that piece here clips into the headlining here. So that's like I said, if you want to do this, very precisely, you can go ahead and do that. So we're gonna just lower this to 79. Let's see, 79.5. Okay, no, so actually 79, and now the bracket can't reach. Now you have to figure out the sizing of it. The size is the bracket is it hitting the headline. So now you have to make the light bar bigger. That's when you go up here to scale and you start messing with it. So from 1 point, from just 1 is just normal. I mean, is the base scale for everything. It's like the relative scale. Just do a point 0.1. Hold, that's too big. Let's do 0.5, 0.5. It's getting closer. 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. Let's go with 2. That looked perfect. And now we can drop it down even further from 79 to 78. And now I believe it is connected, but it is clipping a little bit. It's literally inside the car. So let's do 78.5. All right. Nope. So 78.5, a little too high. 4, 3, 4, 5. That looks perfect. CUC still got a little space, and technically it's not even in there. I think this side is in though. No, it's not. All right then. See, so here we go back to the sizing. So let's do 1.5, 1, and let's drop it to 4. So pretty much you can stop to where you can see like those this black part here is pretty much like the suction, not the suction, but it's like the softening cushion. So I would normally stop until like it's at the baseline. So we're just gonna keep lowering it until I feel comfortable. 3, 2, and let's stop there. And look at that. Now it looks like that light bar is part of the car. Everything it looks legit, like the legitness of it is real. All right. So now that you got the position right now, we're gonna change this light bar color. And this is probably going to be the most, we're going to change the color and we're going to change the pattern. And this most likely is going to be the most painful, well, not the most painful, but this is the most difficult process. So please make sure you're paying attention. This, the fucking glare, the reflections. I should turn reflections off really quickly. All right, so you're in. So this is the flash pattern currently for this car. Actually, let me get back in it. So this is the code 1 flash pattern and the colors. So as you can see, you got blue on the passenger side, red on the driver's side. Same thing with the rear. Code 2 and code 3. And then this vehicle also has the directional. So you'll, press B, you'll see the left directional. Hold it, center out, and then right. So let's say literally we want to change this entire light bar. The entire light bar, the color, the pattern. Only thing we're not going to touch is the directions, but we're going to change everything else. The next step you want to do, now the next steps are completely, you're not going to be in Garrys Mod for this entire next couple of steps. So you can take a break from Garrys Mod and you're going to be in two things, Notepad++ and the Google Chrome. Now, to find out to find out how to change the light bar, first step you're going to do is in Notepad++, you're going to add a new notepad, I guess, or a new folder or file or new paper, new piece of paper if you want to call it. There you go. You're going to add a new piece of paper and you're going to go to your Steam. Let me bring Google Chrome back to the forefront. Alright, so you're going to go to Steam, and now you're going to go down here you're going to go to the Photon lighting engine. You're going to go to that add-on, or that workshop. Excuse me. Once you're in this workshop, the next step, excuse me, sorry about that. Once you're in the Photons workshop, you're going to scroll down until you see this here, View Project on GitHub. You're going to click that. This is going to take you to, yes, you want to leave Steam. This is going to take you to the GitHub by the creator of Photon, where he has all his codes for Photon. Now, but we're not looking for, we're looking just for the light bar for that. So then from here, you're going to click Lua Auto Run, Photon, Library, Auto. And here, you have all of the codes for the light bar, for the base Photon light bars, the ones that Photon adds. If you're looking for the codes for, let's say, let's go back here. If you're looking for the codes for props and stuff that other people have added, you're gonna have to ask them personally unless they've been added to where the Photon creator was able to add them before he stopped. Before he took a break of supporting, before he took a break from updating the GitHub. So let's say you want to look for the code for the Wheeling Ultra Freedom, Wheeling Ultra Freedom Mini. You want to look for the code. You could just ask the guy who made it, Noble. A lot of like I said, the GitHub is going to have mostly everything because, like I said, it did. As you can see, everything was updated 3 years ago, like 3 years, 8 months maybe. So that's newer, but literally 3 years ago. And as you can see, this probably was released. Look at it, 2016. So actually, that probably is 3 years ago, is it? Nah, yeah, that's precisely 3 years ago. Holy shit. Okay, but it was posted the 3 years ago. But as you can see here, it's not even here. There's no Wheeling Ultra Freedom Mini. Yeah, see nothing here. So for if you want to look for codes for any of the photon, I mean any of the workshop lighting components, you will have to ask the creators. But we don't have to worry about that because we're looking for the Wheeling Justice, which is right here. You're gonna click the Wheeling Justice, and here's the the code for it. You're gonna click the raw button. You're gonna copy all of this. Control A, right click, copy, and then you're gonna go to your notepad. You're gonna go to your notepad, and then you're gonna insert that code. So just on the brand new piece of paper, just right click and paste. Now, the next steps, please pay attention to. This is where a lot of things can go wrong. From Notepad++, you will have to change a lot. The first thing you need to change though is the name of the light bar. As you can see here, the name of it is the Wheel of Justice, so therefore it's using this file. But like I said, we're creating a whole new light bar, so you're gonna have to change the name. Let's just change the name of the light bar to whatever else you're doing. If you're making a security car, Wheel and Justice Security. If you're making a CHP version of this, Wheel and Justice CHP. That lets Garrys Mods know that you're not using the base Wheel and Justice. You're using this particular Wheel and Justice that you're going to be modifying. If you do decide to upload to the workshop, you will have to add another feature to the local name, some type of uniqueness. And when I mean uniqueness, I'm not talking about the name itself. I'm talking about a uniqueness to where it's not going to be conflicting with someone else's light bar who probably has already done it. So let's say you want to make a UK version of this light bar. If you upload it into the workshop, you can't just type Wheel and Justice UK. Because I know personally, since I've been playing Garry's Mod long enough, I know that there's another Wheel and Justice UK already out there. So if I just type in Wheel and Justice UK and the first one is already named Wheel and Justice UK, there's going to be a problem when people are trying to play when people are trying to play both of your workshop content on Garry's Mod. It's going to throw them an error because technically it's two files with the same name. It's two light bars with the same name, and like the slightest things can be off. So my suggestion is whenever you're doing something like that, just do Wheel and Justice UK, but always type your name first. Then whatever name you're uploading, whatever name. So prime example, Fat Boy, Wheel and Justice UK, something like that. So this pretty much signifies that we're using mines because I'm not. First of all, if you're uploading to the workshop, you should have a unique name. So not everybody's going to be named Fat Boy, and not everybody's going to spell it the way I do. So if someone does, if there is another Fat Boy out there, maybe his name is different, his name is weirder, but then people will know. I mean, the game will know that hey, we're not using this Fat Boy's light bar, but we're using this Fat Boy's light bar. We're not using Fat Boy with a Y. We're using Fat Boy with an I. So there you go. So if that's on, but like I said, that's only if you decide to upload to the workshop. Me personally, I do it anyway because it helps me think. It helps me whenever I'm adding vehicles. So we got to think of a name for this. So right now, we're gonna make a security car. So let's name this Fat Boy Justice Security. Done, just like that. That's the name of the light bar. Fat Boy Justice Security. All right. Now, once you have this, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna go down here to default colors. You can make this whatever colors you want, but I suggest just changing it from red and blue because this is going to be the easiest way to find out if your light bar if you actually did this correctly. So we're gonna choose this. We're gonna be using green and amber, so I'm gonna make this both the default colors white. All right, so now that is done, everything else you leave for now. For now, everything else stays here. But now you have to save it. So where do you go to save this at? Well, you're going to go back to the same folder where your vehicle's at. Except this time you're going to create a folder. This is literally it's just folders inside of 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 folders, and it keeps going on. So inside your auto runker folder, you're going to make another folder and call it Photon. Oops. Rename. Yeah. All right. You're going to make a. So once you have Photon, you're going to open that. Inside that, you're going to create a folder called Library. All right. Inside of that, you're going to make a folder called Auto. And then inside of that folder is where you save your light bars. Now, this is where any type of custom light bar is saved. Any type of lighting component, anything dealing with Photon that you customize will be saved in this folder. And this is only for lighting components, not for vehicles. So when you're in this folder, you're going to name it something obviously you can remember. Fatboy underscore justice security. Name it. We're going to name it the same exact thing that we like. The name of it is security. And just like that spell that wrong? I did. All right, and just like the vehicles, .lua and save. So now your light bar is in, and now you can add it. But before you do that, the next step you should do is go back to your tutorial CVPI and change the name of this Wheel Injustice to the one you just did. Excuse me. So easiest way, copy, paste, save. Now that that's done, obviously you want to bring up your tutorial CVPI. You're back in Photon. I mean, you're not back in Photon. You're back in Garrys mod now. And now you go to spawn your vehicle. It's gonna throw you this error because technically your vehicle file no longer has that regular Wheel Injustice. It now has the the custom Wheel Injustice. But just like the vehicles, Garrys mod is not gonna notice that until you restart. So go ahead and restart that bad boy. All right. Start new game, flat grass, whichever map. Yeah, you just wait for this to upload, bring it up to the forefront. All right, so now you're in Garrys mod. Oh, you're gonna bring your car back up, and there it is. Now, to the first thing you're gonna see if this actually works. When you spawn it, you shouldn't have any errors, which I don't. You can see the light, everything else stays in place. The light bar is now there. So you think, hey, this looks like the same light bar. Why did it didn't work? When you change the colors earlier, that's to find out if that's the real way to find out if it works. So once you turn this on, if it's the colors that you changed it to, in this case, the whole light bar the entire light bar should be white. If this is the game that if we change it precisely right, the whole light bar will be, well, not the whole light bar, but like the red and blue parts will be white. So just hit F, and there you go. The entire light bar is white. I believe, yeah, the amber and the rear is still there. But that's just, yeah, that's something you could change too. So the entire light bar is there, and now you did it. Now you have a custom light bar. You have your own color, and like I said, you can change the color to whatever you like. It can be green. You can make this light bar all green. You can make it all red, all blue, or amber. You can make it green and blue. That's a weird combination. Red and amber. That's probably real. White and green. You like literally, you make this whatever you want. So now that you have this light bar set, now it's time to edit the lighting. So shit, I can't. This. Let me turn. I need to turn reflections off because the reflections are killing me as of right now. Reflections. Where the hell is the reflections? Oh goddamn, the reflections is for the water. I don't fucking want water reflections. All right, well fuck, we gotta go back downstairs then. All right, the only reason I'm going down here because it's dark and you can see the actual lighting. All right, so now you have your light bar. Let me change that flash pattern. It's too goddamn fast. All right, there we go. All right, so now that you have your flash pattern, now you want to change the color. The best thing about Photon, you can literally change the color of each one of those diodes to a own separate color. So let's say you want this diode at the corner to be white, leave that white. You want this one to be red, you can have it red. You want this one blue, blue. You can make this green. You can like literally make this whatever colors you want and whatever combinations and whatever type of pattern you wanted to. Well, whatever color pattern I should say you wanted to. Like I said, right now we're going to make this a security one, so we're going to do green and amber. So, to find out how to change the colors, you're going to go back to your Notepad++. And inside the lighting file, you're going to scroll down, all the way down till you get here. Wheeling component sections, auto wheel adjusters, such. This is where your colors are. This is each diode. Like each one of these is a diode on the light bar, or like a little section. The diode is pretty much just that one flashing light there. That's a diode. Then the one next to it is a diode. That's a diode. That's a diode. Such and such. So each one of those is a diode. Excuse me. To find out to change the colors is the not a difficult process, but it's one that it's a lot of work to be done. So the first thing you're gonna do is in Garry's Mod, you're gonna hold C. You're gonna toggle debug mode. Now once you're in debug mode, get in your vehicle. And after you're in your vehicle, you're gonna hold C again. You're gonna go to Photon, and then you're gonna set the debug target to emergency lighting. Now what that does is that gives you it's gonna give you some text at the top right of your screen. Photon debug mode on, vectors, tutorial UCPI index, ELS22, only show active, false. Now this is going to help you figure out which number of these diodes. Oops, wrong button. Get out. No. What? Wait. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to like get the fuck out. Each one of these, so this will help you figure out which diode is which number. And before you do that, here's a step. Here's a little tip I suggest you do. You can get a piece of paper. You can use whatever, piece of paper, a pen. You can use paint. I'm going to be using paint for this process to show you guys precisely, but normally I'll use a piece of paper. All you're going to do is, let's open paint so you can see. Put that there. Game capture there. Where's paint? Alright, so actually I'm going to make paint smaller. Nope, not that. I want to change paint. Alright, so now that you're in paint, I'm trying to put this to where everything looks easy. Okay, so you're in paint. So the next thing you want to do now, since you're in paint, the next step you want to do is pretty much drawing a diagram of the front of the light bar from the direction you're facing. It doesn't have to be like an actual diagram. It could just be the numbers. So what you do is you're in paint. Let's just go, do whatever you want to do. So this shapes, rectangle. We're gonna do that there, and we're gonna go to that. Now, this is where you will need to pay attention. So let's say this is the front of the light bar. We're not gonna do the lines and stuff. We're just gonna add the numbers. But let's just say this is the front of the light bar, like you'll see on Garry's Mod over here. To find out which number is which, on the numpad of your keyboard, you're going to press plus, and you're going to press plus. Now, as you can see here, we was currently at 22. We press plus, it took us to 1. That tells us that that number 1 in the that whenever you see 1 in the section of the vehicle file, so if you go back over here to Notepad, wherever you see that 1 at, wherever you see 1, so like here, it tells you that this 1 is that center light, the light that is currently blue on Garry's mod. That's number 1, and it's number 1 over here. So meaning this right here is this right here is my new swag. That this right here is that this controls the color for that one diode. So since we started at number 1, this actually might be a little difficult when we come to do time for the when you're actually making the diagram. So you're gonna type in, let's just say, on Notepad plus plus. I mean, on Paint, you're gonna just type in 1. Oh crap! I did not mean to do that. I accidentally did that by accident. Oh, that's cool. So in Notepad, you're gonna just type in 1, and then now you gotta move it. Oh crap! That was accident. Oh crap! Undo, 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 undo. All right, so 1. Make this small, and let's say, oh, I can't move this. Oh Jesus Christ! This is why I hate. This is why you shouldn't use Paint. Like I said, using the paper is very easier, but like, god damn it. All right, so 1 is going to be dead center. So let's just say like right here, 1. Perfect. All right. Um, you're gonna go back into Garry's mod. Every time you press the plus key, it's gonna show you. So that's number 2. That's number 3. That's number 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you would think number 8 will be the two. Like you would think number 8 will be one of the takedowns. No, because the takedowns are their own separate ones. The takedowns, and whenever it comes to light bars, the takedowns are always the last numbers. So from 7, you're going to go to 8, which is going to be that corner, and then 9 is that corner. So that's the front of the light bar in this number. So 1, and then 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's just say like that's how the light bar looks right now. Okay, yeah, that's right. I was about to say that looks weird for a minute. Shape, draw some lines. You draw some lines to make it look nice, whatever. Just a very crude drawing, really quickly, or whatever. And then you have the takedowns in these 2 slots. But let's say like this is the layout of the front. This is the layout of the front of the light bar. So now you can use this diagram to change the colors of whichever diodes you want. So let's say we're gonna make the even numbers green, the odd numbers amber, but then you'll have, and we'll leave number 1 white. So to do that though, you're gonna go back into not Garry's mod. You're gonna go back into your Notepad, and now you're able to edit said lighting. So like I said, we're gonna make the even numbers green, the odd numbers amber, and leave the middle one white. So from right here, number 1 already white is already done for us. We don't have to do anything. Number 2 even number, we just highlight that and G for green. Number 3, same thing, G, amber. 4, green. 5, amber. 6, green. 7, amber. Now, let's say you want to be special. Let's make 8 amber, and we're gonna make 9 green. Now, for that, right now you're done. You just completely changed the entire front color, the entire front of this light bar to a whole different color of your liking. So after that, you're gonna save that. But then after you save it, you always have to go back to to the vehicle and save your vehicle, because that way it gets the updated file of this one. If you just save this and then go back to Garry's mod, you didn't save the vehicle, so therefore it didn't get the updated one that you just did, so it's still going to be using the all white one. Now that you updated, the color should change. I mean, now that you updated this and then sent it over here and updated the vehicle file, now your now your color for the vehicle, excuse me, has changed. So we're going to go out of debug mode and you'll see exactly what we just typed. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, that's right. I gotta one last time. You gotta quit and reinstall. I meant quit and then do it again. I meant restart. Garry's mod. There we go. That's what I was trying to get across. All right, start new game. Let's make sure save. Save. So now we should be good. We should be all right. Fat boy tutorial UCVPI. What the hell? Why isn't it working? Code 1. Oh, wait. Shit. That's right. Code 1. Does it use. Which numbers does code 1 use? 2 and 3. Oh, okay. So, that's something. Oh, shit. That's something totally different. Okay. So, that's why it wasn't working. So for each one of these is pretty much, think of it as a part. Now we did just change the colors, but since code 1 doesn't use these sections, it doesn't like this doesn't have a section. These are the sections. 2 section 2 section 3 section 4. These determine which lights are on in each section. We changed the colors for like the base, but we didn't change the sections that it used. So if you scroll down, you can see that code 1 uses sections 2 and 3. So now we have to go change sections 2 and 3, just 2 and 3 to those right colors. Here's section 2, here's section 3. So once again, just change the colors. So 2 was green, 4 green, 6 green, 8 was amber. We'll get to the rest of this, but this is pretty much the backside of the light bar. So like these pretty so whenever you're doing sections, like I said, sections control which lights are on in that section. So in this section, these lights are currently on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. So that pretty much means the entire right side of this car. So remember, this is section 2 over here. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. And then 10, 10, 12, 14, 16. The section 2 controls the entire left side or driver's side of the light bar. Section 3 controls the entire passenger side of the light bar. So, so now, like I said, we're just good God, oh, I'm so sorry. What the hell? Right now, we're just focused on the front of the light bar. So we're not going to change 10, 12, all that. We're just changing the front. So we're going to do the same thing: amber, 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 and green. So now that we've actually done that, now we can go ahead save and then save your vehicle file. And there you go. Just like that, and there. Look at it. The whole light bar colors has changed. Let me drive this downstairs so you can actually see the fucking lights. Oh no, wait, I got Atmos. Wait, do I have Atmos? Yes, I do. I'm just gonna make it nighttime. All right, and just waiting for nighttime to hit. Come on, man. Goddamn sun take forever. Wait, I know it ain't nighttime already. Oh no, it's not. It's just taking forever. Jesus Christ. Can I not speed this up? No, I can't. There we go. Save. Perfect. All right. Nighttime. Uh, all right. Boom. And there you go. You can see now that this light bar is exactly the way we customized it. Everything looks perfect. The lighting looks cool. Everything looks cool. Now, that's the whole front of the light bar. Let's change the rest of the light bar. So you're gonna go to the rear and do the same thing that you did with the first time. You're gonna go ahead toggle debug mode. Photon set debug target. Sorry, get back in the vehicle. Emergency lighting. You're gonna exit. And remember, we stopped off at 9. So just and 9. So the next number is 10. 10 is going to be the left diode. And once again, you can use notepad. I mean, you can use the pencil pad, whichever you did it on the first time. You can use that again. I'm not going to show you this time because it's pretty much the same, the same exact way I just showed you. So we're just going to do this. As you can see, 10 is there. We're going to go back to Notepad++, and we're going to edit this as we see. So 10 was. So if 8 was amber, I want 10 to be amber, right? Yeah, I want 10 to be amber, and then everything else. That's right. We have a dilemma because the middle light and the rear of the light bar is amber by default. So we have to change. We're gonna have to change that. You know what? Let's make it all red. Listen, we're gonna make the entire rear of the bar all red. So in that case, we're gonna change 10 to red, 12 to red, and 14. Pretty much all the rest of the numbers are gonna be turned to red. All right. Now the entire light bar is red. Once again, you're gonna go back, save it, turn off, and there you go. The entire light bar is red. And the reason I did that because a lot of the vehicles I do are based off people I followed on Instagram. And there's security companies down in Florida, and this is like the Florida law. They can have rear and side facing reds, but no forward facing red or blues. Actually, well, they can't have blue at all, but they can have red on the rear facing and side facing the vehicle, just not forward facing. So that's the reason I just thought about using red. Now, so this is now your entire light bar. This is your light bar, your custom light bar that you did. So the next thing you want to do now, let's say you want to change the pattern. We're gonna go with a basic pattern. So you can change the pattern for all the code, all codes 1, 2, and 3. You can change the pattern for all of those. You can change the pattern for one, and they copy that pattern to the other stages. But for the sake of this, we're gonna change the pattern twice. So we're going to change the patterns for code 1, code 2, and code 3, but it's going to be the same pattern, just different speeds. So for code 1, we're going to keep with this speed, but let's say we want to alternate. So when this side is lit, we're going to alternate the corners. There we go. So when this left side is, instead of this corner being lit up with these diodes, it was going to be the opposite corner. So pretty much the entire green, and then the entire yellow. I mean amber. So to change that, go over to your light bars component. The light bar list. And like I said, the only thing we're changing is the the corner strobes for. And let's do it for both, the rear and the front. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna remember those numbers. Remember the corner strobes are 10, 12, 11, and 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. Those are the corners. So pretty much what we're doing is we're swapping the corners from from one section to the other. So we're going to swap 10 and 12 with 11 and 13. Easiest way to do that, just change the numbers. From 10 to 11, from 12 to 13, from 11 to 10, from 13 to 12. And you're going to save that, save your vehicle, and watch how the pattern changes. Oh, fuck, that's right, you gotta delete. And now, oh fuck, it didn't do it. I think I fucked up somewhere. 11 to 13, 10, 12. No, I did everything right. Let me save again. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Oh no, the rear did it, just not the front. Hold on, wait. That's still wrong. The rear is wrong. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I know what happened. Yeah, I did. Okay, wait. Oh, I know what I did. It's not. Yeah, I chose the wrong numbers. Okay, so it's 8 and 9 that are the rear. So shit, we gotta. All right, so it's not 10 and 12. It's these four here: 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. That's the mistake I made. See, that's what I'm saying. It's very easy to get confused when it's a lot to look at. So we're swapping 8 and 10 with 9 and 11. Save that. Now, there we go. That's the pattern I wanted to go with. And the front should be doing the same thing. Yep. So as you can see here, that's the pattern. So as you can see, like it has like a pretty much like a wig wag fashion. Oh fuck, we forgot to change the colors though. See, we changed the what's names for the front, but we forgot to change the colors. So 8 was green, so we'll just green amber. There we go. And so that's the pattern. That's how you change a pattern. So let's say, so we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna do the same exact pattern, but we're just gonna we're gonna increase the speed. So we're gonna go from this quickness to code 2 is gonna be a little quicker, the same exact thing but quicker. So to do that, easiest thing you can do is scroll down to code 1, and you're gonna copy the flash pattern. This is the flash pattern. Copy, paste. So, like I said, we're just slowing it down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. So let's make this. We're gonna take off 2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now instead of it going, flashing 2 for a total of like 4 seconds, and then, instead of it doing that, code 2 will be much faster. Excuse me. So you're gonna save that. Save the vehicle. Go ahead and get in the vehicle. All right then. So code 2, it should look, it's just like this but a little faster. There we go. And it adds in the white lighting, which actually I didn't even know. That looks pretty nice. It actually adds in white lighting on the in the corners, which I didn't even know, but now that I'm looking at it, that's pretty nice. I'll keep that. I'll keep that for now. See, so that's actually by accident, and the reason that happens is you can always set different sections up back over here in the lighting for different things. So as you can see in code 2, the corners change colors. They add an additional corner. So not only can you change the entire light bar, but you can also change the section to just the corner, the middle, and then the illumination. So as you can see here in code 2, besides it being the basic amber, I mean the amber green, it also throws in white. So now you done change that diode to what is called a duo. I mean, so every diode is single unless specified otherwise by Photon. And what that means is each lighting diode supports one color at a time unless it's specified otherwise. You just changed the corner diode into a singular diode to a duo, meaning it supports two colors at once, green and green and white, amber and white. So now you're seeing two colors at the same time. Same thing with the rears. You can see you got the red and the white. I will probably change those whites into ambers though to make it look a little bit more, you know, to keep it with the in tune, which I'm actually going to do. So in that case, to change that, you go down here, Wheeling Corner Justice. Code 2 is 1122. You just go up here and look for corner. We're looking for the rear one. So this is these two. Right. No, wait. It's 11 to 12, 11 to 10. Okay, so you'll change those to amber. Save file. Save car file. And now it took out the white from the rear and added the amber, which is pretty. That looks pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. That looks pretty good. I'm shocked by myself how some a quick basic change turns this light bar into a pretty. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I might actually keep this light bar. That's pretty nice. All right, so you've done that. So now it's time to move on to code 3. And let's say code 3, like I said, you can pretty much make this pattern whatever you want. Code 3, we're just gonna do the same thing. 2 and 3, except we're just not gonna add any zeros. We're gonna make this as fast as possible. But I'm also gonna condense it. 2, 3, done. Just like that. That's all it's gonna be. Just 2, 3, 2, 3. Ooh. And I will show you guys. 2, 3, done. All right, and so now that everything's done, let's go downstairs so you can better see the vehicle. All right, so now that the light bar is done, we done changed the patterns. We done changed the ooh, excuse me. We have changed the patterns. We have changed the colors. We have changed almost this entire light bar from what it looked like when we first began. So phase 1, code 1 is this. This is code 1. Code 2. And let's look at it from the side. And then code 3. That's all code 3 is. It is extremely fast. This is code 3. Now, the next thing I want to tell you guys about is what is called the alert stage, which is here. Alert stage is 2 or 3. Now, unfortunately, alert stage is literally code 3. So to change that, I'm just going to add in I'm going to change code 3 slightly by adding a 0. Alright, that refreshes the car. Alright. Alright, that's the new code 3. Now, the alert is whenever you yelp, is when you're using your sirens. So let's say you're in your car, your sirens are on, so on and so forth. You got to get through an intersection. If you hold T, it will enter alert mode. So as you can see, whenever I hold T and enter alert mode, the light bar changes its pattern to the alert pattern. So to show you guys this in plain entirety, I'm gonna do something very, very not weird, but just watch this. We're gonna combine both 2 and 3 into a whole new section. So we're gonna copy section 2, put it down here in section 4. Paste, and then we're going to go over here, grab section 3, copy, comma, enter, paste. So now section 4 is the entire light bar. Every single light on the light bar lights up in section 4, and that's where we're going to put for our alert, which I just right here. Change it to 3 to 4. So now the new alert looks like this. So you're in your siren mode, and let's say you got to clear an well, like I said, this is the game, but let's say you're in the game, you want to clear the intersection, you hold T. Oh shit, I messed up. That's my fault. Let's do 4 0. There we go. So that way it actually flashes and isn't steady. Uh, Code 3. Going through the intersection. It still did it. Why the oh! See? I know I keep making mistakes. 4. There we go. It cuts on, cuts off. Cuts on, cuts off. And let's just for. There we go. Nope, still did it. God damn it. What the hell did I do wrong? Well, you get the drift. Well, you get the like you get it. It changes the pattern. So whenever you're in alert mode, it's just the entire light bar. That's pretty much what that does. To better show you an example of this, this is oh I forgot I just took all my vehicles out. God damn it. Okay, well I had a vehicle which will show you this, but I took all my vehicles out to make space to show you guys literally from scratch how to do it. Okay, so now you got your done. Now you got the light bar done. And that's literally the same exact way how I changed the light bar, the colors and the pattern is what you do for any other photon component that you have. You do it the exact same way. There is nothing different. You do it this exact same way. So now you got your light bar all set up. You got the colors. You got everything set. Now you want to add some lighting. Let's say you want to do some grill lights, some mirror lights. And let's say maybe like some rear deck lights and some license plates. So, something like that. It's a lot that you could do. Oh crap! Didn't mean to delete it. All right, there's a lot you can do. So as right now, to add the other lighting, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to back to your Notepad++, and like I said, let's say you're done with this. You can now go ahead and close this out. You're done. You no longer need that. Close that out. But now we have to add vehicles. I mean, now you want to add lighting. Easiest way to do this is to actually turn Garrys mod off first, and I'm gonna show you it now to explain why. So let's say you know exactly what you want to add. What you could do is you're gonna copy this, and each each additional lighting component you want to add, that's how many paste you're gonna do of that. So you're always gonna comma, and let's say you're gonna do two grill lights. So you're just gonna control 1, 2. Those are for the grill lights. Let's say you want to do two mirror beams. 1, 2. You want to do two. Actually, let's say you want to do one rear deck light. 1. And let's say you want to do two license plate lights. 1. Oops, crap. Undo. Enter. 1, 2. Now this, you just added every single lighting. You just added all of these additional lights. Now, does that mean that you're gonna have what is this, six or seven light bars? Yes, that exactly means you're gonna have 6 or 7 light bars, but you will only see one of your vehicle. So now you want to add in additional lighting. So let's say for the grill lights here, let's say you want to make these the Wheeling 700s. You just type in the name. Now to find the name of any of the lighting components, there's two things you're going to be looking at: the GitHub and then Photon. The workshop itself. So let's say you want to use the Wheeling 700s. There is actually already a Wheeling 700 and on the GitHub. So you're going to go back and there it is, Wheeling 700. I'm going to click that, and the name that you will type, Wheeling 700. That's the name you will type. So you're going to go back to Notepad++, and you're just going to type in Wheeling 700. Wheeling 700. And now once you save this, your car now has two Wheeling 700s on it. They're going to be in the same position as the light bar, but they're there. Let's say you want to use actually I kind of want to change that. I am going to change that. So let's backtrack a little bit because I forgot I said I was going to show you guys how to do props. Now, to do props, I got to open Garry's Mod back up. To do props, you're going to do the following. So props is anything that I'm getting ready to show you. So because that way I can also show you. That way I can show you guys how to figure out um how to find people's the names for like workshop add-on lighting components. So that's how you find like the name of any Photon basic component, the lighting components that come with Photon, the workshop mod, and then I'm gonna show you how to find people's who add Photon lighting components on workshop separately. All right, so bring your vehicle back out. All right, so let's say you want to add props. Remember, we removed the push bar because I said we was going to show you how to do push bars. So the push bar is gone, but now you want to add your own push bar. Let's say the one that the cars came with you didn't find. Um, let's just say you want to do this push bar. You want to do this push bar, but without the wrap. You just want the regular push bar. Easiest way to do this, delete that. You're gonna hold Q and you're gonna go to spawn list. You're gonna go down to add-ons. Now in add-ons, you'll see a lot of files. These are props for almost there's almost every single type of emergency prop you could think of. Push bars, light bars, spotlights, cages, every type of prop you could think of is here. But we're looking for a specific prop. Now, once you figure out once you start using this a little bit more often, you'll start to realize, which props are in which category, so that way you won't have to search. Because as you can see, some of these are just actually just like a prop car. Like that's just a prop. Like you can't get inside, it's just a prop. It's just there for show. Same thing. Boom. It's just there for show. There's nothing useless. Think of it as a big brick. But as you see, there's multiple categories. So how do you know which categories have which things in it? You just have to, like I said, the more you work with Photon, the more you'll start to understand. So prime example, these are the Western push bars for those look like the ones for chargers. Yeah, those are the charger push bars. Am I right? Look at there it is, charger push bar. And you can expand it also to you can also just do this too. You can also expand it. It shows you the entire thing. So you, like I said, you're just looking for the props. So there's the Western push bar pack, bed kits, lighting props. We're looking for just a regular Satina push bar. So the first place you're gonna check is down here, all the way at the all the way at the bottom. TDM's prop pack. Now this comes with the TDM emergency pack that you download, the emergency vehicles pack. This comes with it, the prop pack. And as you can see here, these are all the props you can use. You got sirens, control modules, and these are the push bars we're looking for. We're looking for this one, just a regular push bar. And that's the one we're going to be adding to. This is the one we're going to be adding. About right there. Now, it's not even added to the car technically. So like once I delete that, you see it just deletes by itself. This because it's technically, oh crap, well, it's technically a prop. It's an individual prop. These are two separate things. This isn't one. So to add that prop to the car though, you're gonna go over here you're gonna go back to your vehicles folder, and you're gonna type in, go right here, hit enter, emv dot props. I believe that is right. Let me make sure. I can't remember. Yeah, EMV props. Let me just take this really quickly as a basic copy. Close out. Notepad. Go back to Notepad, and you're gonna type in paste. Boom. This is what you're gonna type in. You can take a picture of this, save this, but you're gonna type this word for word, just like this. This is how you get props into your car. Now, to get the prop in your car that you want, when you're in Garry's Mod, if you see the prop you want, like say we want this one here, you're gonna right click and copy to clipboard. And then you're gonna go back to Garry's Mod, to Notepad++, and right here where it says model, that is where you paste between those two brackets. Paste. So now that just changed the entire light bar. That just changed everything. That just added that push bar to this car. So if I'm gonna go save it, restart Garry's Mod. Oh shit, might actually be done before 12. All right, cool. All right, now that that's done. All right, so now you go ahead and just spawn your vehicle back. Let me go back. All right, so now that you've added that, you're gonna go in, spawn your vehicle, and boom, there you go. You have your push bar. Now, and then you can do the same thing like how you do the light bar. Just gotta make it look neat. Oh goddamn. There we go. Now you just gotta make it look neat. So it is crooked. Let's do 0. Make it sit straight. Let's raise it up to 13. 20. Ooh, too far in. It's a little, looks big. Oh. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Toggle debug mode. And there. That looks perfect. And now you have a push bar on your Photon vehicle. And now it is actually with your vehicle, meaning you delete it, spawn it back, it's still there. Delete it, spawn it back, it's still there. No matter what you do, it's still there. You can drag this bad boy off a cliff, it will still be there. Look at that, still there. So now that you have a push bar, the next thing, that's how you get props. And like I said, it's the same thing. So you want to add your own antennas. Just go to queue, spawn list, add-ons, and then like I said, always start with the TDM emergency props. I mean TDM prop pack there. Oh shit, this doesn't have any antennas. Right, so look for another prop pack. Super Mighty Props, dash cam, antenna. That tiny, bitty tiny antenna. So yeah, but that's pretty much how it works. Photon LE. There we go. Look at all these. Look, all these props. These are also added by, and these are the props added by Photon. So you got multiple antennas, dash cams, watch guard. Like you can literally make this a whole fledged, fully fledged cruiser with like the whole stuff. Holy shit, that's a big ass radar system with everything the way it's supposed to look. To the antennas, to the dash cam, even the little monitor for the dash cam. Like that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Like you can do all, like that the stuff you're able to do. Um, oh wow, I never do that. Oh, okay, that's what those are. Okay, I just wanted to see what those are. All right, so now that you have those, um, so let's say for the first ones, instead of adding Wheeling 700s, let's say you want to add somebody's lighting component that you've seen on the workshop, but it's not part of Photon. Somebody like created it after Photon was enabled. To find out the name of said prop, all you're gonna do is you're gonna go back to Chrome, go to your Steam workshop, and you're gonna find whatever lighting component you want to use. For this, we're gonna use the Ion 5s, which I have to find. There we go. So the the Wheeling Ion Lens V2 Super Lit LED. These are the ones that the newer that's on the newer CHP chargers. So let's say you want to add these to your cruiser, to the push bar. To find the name of them, they're always going to be inside of the actual folder. So as you can see, this is the folder. This is the workshop file for the Wheeling Ion, and the name is going to be right here, Wheeling Ion V Series. Now, like I said, always it won't necessarily be exactly what you see. The Wheeling Ion Lens V2 Super LED. This is just called the Wheeling Ion V Series, just like that. And all you do is just copy the name, and you're gonna paste it in the what's the name? Paste, paste, and that's how you get the name. And like I said, it's on everything. So let's say if we choose a different lighting component, let's say you go choose this visor light bar. The name of this right here, visor light. You want to choose the Ultra Freedom Mini, Wheeling Ultra Freedom Mini. And then actually, and I believe Photon actually had its lighting components, its current lighting components down here, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's not this. Maybe it's somebody else's. Oh no, it is. It's here. It's just not on this page. But that's how you figure out like the names of the like the name of light bars and stuff that you want to add. So let's go back to Garry's mod. All right, so now we're back in Notepad++. So now we're going to add, so these are going to be the two that we add on the push bar. Now let's talk about the mirror. Oops, what did I just do? I accidentally, okay. Now we want to do the mirror beams. We're going to make those just Wheeling Ions. Wheeling Ions. Wheeling Ions. For the rear deck, oh, I'm saying ions, it's just Wheeling Ion. For the rear deck, let's just add a Federal Signal Viper Dual. And then for the license plate, we'll do the Wheeling 700s. And save. Now let's go ahead, close out Garry's mod. So remember, like it is way easier to have Garry's mod already closed out when adding lighting, if you know exactly what you want to do. Open up Garry's mod back again. Start a new game, flat grass. Alright, back to vehicles, tutorial CBPI. And now you can see we still didn't get an error, so we did everything's working properly. And as you can see here at the top, you have a lot of the lighting stuff you'll see here at the top, because like I said, it's in the same position as the light bar. But there you go, you have all the stuff here. So now it comes time to actually place these objects. Toggle debug mode, and you can turn debug mode on. I mean, just turn the lights on to make this easier. Now, to position them, let's start with the ones that are going to go in the push bar. Obviously, it's the same way you did the light bar. You just have to work with it to where you want it. First of all, let's put the scale back to 1. And let's say, like I say, we want to bring this forward. So we're going to do, instead of negative 120, we're going to do 120 and save it. And there you go. You see it jump to the front, but it's facing the wrong way. Now you have to turn it around. Um, just work with the bottom one, the angle. The angle, well, obviously, is self-explanatory. This is the angle of the lighting. Right now, at 90 degrees, it's facing that way. At 0 degrees, it's gonna face that way. So obviously, we want to go with like 270. Bow, and there we go. We have it facing forward. I'm just going to do the. Actually, we're going to work with it. Just one first. We're going to work with one for now. So now we have it facing the right way, but now we have to get it down to the push bar. Once again, you're going to take the 78, you're going to drop it down to like 50, still not there. 30, where the fuck it go? 34, there it is. Or 35. There it is. So you go ahead and reposition yourself to maybe look so you have a better sense of where everything is. And like I said, we're going to be putting this on the left side of the Satina logo on the push bar, so it will look like like it's integrated with the light. I mean, with the push bar. It doesn't look like it came and then somebody just screwed it in. It looks like it came with the push bar. That's what we're going to do. We're going to embed it into the push bar. So now we're going to have to move it to the left side of that, to the Satina logo. Go ahead, let's do 10. Looks actually perfect. So let's bring it up a little. 4, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. All right, that looks perfect. Now you're looking at it, it looks a little too big. That's now we got to make it smaller. So normally to make it bigger, you'll just point 1 to make it bigger. To make it smaller, you're just going to delete the 1 and just do 0.9. And that makes it smaller. 0.8, 0.7. And let's do 0.65. All right, perfect. Now it looks like a reasonable size. Now we have to embed it into the light bars. Into the push bars. You can see here it's sticking out. Just all we're doing is just making it go further back. So instead of 120, let's do 119. That now it's embedded, but like I said, I'm a perfectionist. I want to make this look nice and neat. Let's do 18.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 5, 5. From the front, 5, 6. Boom, and look at that. Looks perfectly balanced with the light. I will actually bring it up a little more. So 0.3. Nope. 2. Alright, that looks perfectly centered with everything. So now that you've got the left one installed, the right one is pretty much the same exact stuff. The only thing you're changing is this 10 part. You're going to just add a negative 10 because it's going to be on the opposite side. You're mirroring it. So just negative 6.5, negative 10, 118.56, 41.22, and 270. And there you go. It automatically puts it there right for you. So now we're gonna worry about the colors and stuff later. The colors and phasing, we're gonna worry about that later. Right now, I'm just gonna get everything in position. The next thing we want to do is the mirror beams. Now, like I said, the more you start to do Photon and the more vehicles you do, the more files you should have. So if you already did a CVPI before and already have the mirror beams, why go through the whole entire process of like lining those mirror beams up when you could just copy and paste from one of the ones you already lined up on a previous vehicle? And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to go grab another vehicle. I'm just going to go grab a Crown Vic that I've already done with some mirror beams, and I'm gonna do it myself. Just grab those, copy. crap. Actually, no. I don't need the. I just need the positions. So let's see. I got the positions from the other, from my old one. I mean, from a vehicle, from a CVP I already did. And we're just going to paste these bad boys. Paste that. The angle. And save. And there we go. Mirror beams automatically did. I don't have to do it. I don't have to spend time worrying about it. They're already done. So that's what I say. If you can always do, like, work smart, not harder. So like I said, why do all of that when you could just do it, when you could just copy and paste? The rear deck light we'll work on. We're putting this. We're gonna put this Avenger right in this, like right on top of the third brake light. We're gonna put that there. So let's do negative 120, 270. Hope too far. All right. Let's do 85. Yeah, you just drop it. 50, 55, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. It's sticking out and it's not actually on the third brake light yet. So let's do 80. Oops, 59. And 82.5. That looks about right. Nope, because it's not flush. Alright, there we go. That looks flushed. Alright, that's there. And now the license plate lights are the last ones. Once again, why do all of that myself when I can just do it on the vehicle? I mean, why do all of that? I can just copy and paste from a vehicle I've already done with mirror lights. Okay, good. That's done. And then 180, 270, 180, 270, negative 6, negative 127, and 46.8. Alright, so now look at it. Done. The car is now complete. And turn off debug mode. These are the current lights for it. Like, this is how it currently looks with all the lights and whistles and whatnot. So now we want to change the lighting, the base lighting for all of this to match with the vehicle. So to do that, a lot of the vehicles, I mean, a lot of the lighting components, you can always change the color with. So we're gonna work with the first ones, and these support up to 4 colors. You can ask me probably, how do I know that? This is how I know. If you go back to the Chrome, if you go back into, oh, excuse me, to the Steam workshop for that light bar, I mean for the Ion V series, it tells you right here supports 4 colors: color 1, color 2, color 3, and color 4. It supports 4 colors, and it also, and which meaning you can have 4 different colors on one lighting component. You can have red, blue, white, green, amber, green, white, blue, or whatever, whatever floats your boat. You can change it. It also tells you which colors are for which part, because as you can see, this is like a curve. This is curved. As you can see, you have, the two forward, then you have the ones on the edge, so the curved, the angled ones. It tells you colors 1 and 2 are to change the angled ones, so the ones here, the 2 blue ones. And then colors 3 and 4 changes the side takedowns, which is the 2 white ones. So that helps you determine which lighting which colors you want where when designing your car. Now, the best thing about this is that a lot of the photon components have come with things called phases, or in this case, the phases are patterns. The phases is pretty much like a program. So like these are going to be set to flash these patterns in code 1, 2, and 3. This flashes these patterns in code 1, 2, and 3. This flashes this pattern in codes 1, 2, and 3. So pretty much you can see here it has three patterns: A, B, and then split. So which means A will flash a certain type of patterns for code 1, 2, and 3. B will flash a different type of patterns for codes 1, 2, and 3. And the split and then split does the same exact thing but splits them into two separate things. Meaning it's gonna each of the angle is colors 1 and 2 are gonna flash separately from 3 and 4, but for all three phases. So for this, we're gonna just choose A and B. And then actually we'll choose split. Yeah, we'll choose split. Why not? We're going to choose split as the phase for this. So what you do is you're going to go back to Notepad++. You're going to go back to Notepad++. And right here, the next line you're going to do phase equals split. And you're going to save it. And then you're going to go back into Garrys mod so you can see what this phase does. Did I spell split wrong? I think I spelled split wrong. Phase equals split. Yeah, I feel like I spelled that wrong. Oh, okay, I think I know. It's probably not all capitalized. Yep, there we go. It's not. Okay, so as you see, this is what split does. So you have the right side, left side, right side, left side, right side, left side. That's what it does. A, now let's do A. That's A. Now, like I say, A and B are used to go in sync. So let me sync the other one. Phase equal B. So A and B are used together. So you see here, it's A and B. Same pattern for all three. That's A and B. And as you can see here, if you look to the right, you see the red. Look to the left, just blue. That's what the angle does. But when you look dead on, you can see that it's red and blue. So right now we're just gonna change one. We're gonna just use the colors for all of them on the same ones. So we're gonna keep the phases, but for the one on the left, we're gonna change it to color one is, let's do amber. Color two, amber. You can also do color 3 equals A. You can also do it like that. Me, I don't, because it confuses me with the phases, so I always just type them all out. Save. And now that entire light is amber. And now you're going to do the same exact thing, but, all green. So easiest way, copy, paste, green, save. And there you go. Amber, and there you have you got some mirror beams. You got some push bars. Now, for the ions, it's the same exact thing. The phases are different. The phases pretty much is a lot more phases. You have A, B, I believe you have C, D, and then NYPD and the CHP. For the sake of this, we're just gonna we're gonna stick with the same A, B. So just phase. God damn it. Phase equals A. I'm going to change this color to, I believe this is the one on the right, so amber. Actually, no. Green. Oh, what did I do? Oh, color one. Wait, what did I do? Oh, there we go. Color one green. There we go. Phase equals B. Color one amber. Alright, restart so we can see the phases. There we go. Alright, and for the rear, we're going to do something different. So for the rear, we have the Federal Signal Viper Duo. We're going to use a different phase for this though. We're going to use something slower. So let's use phase NY, I think it's NYPD or just NYA. Let me check. I think it's just NYPA. Photon components. What are these? The Federal Signal Viper Duo. Okay, yeah, so it's NYA. So NYA quotations. We're gonna do color one is amber. Color two is red. Actually, no. Amber. God damn it. God damn it. Crap. I'm fucked up. There we go. Still fucked up. Jesus, I can't. So you're trying to type fast and save. And last but not least, we want to change the Wheeling 700s. Same thing. Phase equals A. Color 1 equals red. B. Color 1. Red. And save. And now you're done. You have a photon car. Everything is done. You have now just created a photon car by yourself and by scratch, from the scratch, with a custom light bar, literally you've done everything yourself. And this is the final result. This is the final result. You're now done. You're done. That's it. You're done. There's little things you can do here from now on to like make it feel realistic, which like adding illumination, but that's something really different. Um, and yeah, I can show you how to do that really quickly. It's just there's a the way you do illumin well, the way I found out how to do illumination is not even like a whole fully processed tutorial that I can show you. It's more of a looking through other people's workshop files, their Lua files, and just becoming across coming across the spotlight. The spotlight. Goddamn. I mean, not the spot. The illumination code. I just happened to come across the illumination code in someone else's file, but that's it. You have a photon vehicle. You are completely done. You done started from scratch to this beautiful, majestic, semi-tolerant security cruiser that I just created really quickly. So you can see the lights better. We're gonna go downstairs. God damn it. Okay, should just. There you go. Um, that's it. You're done. This is now, like I said, you can use this in your Garrys mod from now on. Like I said, if you decide to upload it, this is something that's for somebody else to find out. I mean that's for you to ask somebody else. I don't know how to upload it. That's why I don't upload because I don't know how to. But this is a fully fledged photon card that you can use whenever you want, just like that, and you're done. And that's pretty much how you create a photon car from scratch to from this. Let's see, where do we start off? We started with this. This is it. You started with that, just a basic car, no photon whatsoever. And you took this, turned it into this. Oh, what the fuck was that? And you turned it into that. You went from that to this, from that to this, in a matter of what? How long? How long? What's the stream going on? We're going on 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. In a matter of 2 hours, you created your first photon card. And as you keep doing it, that 2 hours would drastically change from to 30. I can create a photon card in 30 minutes, and that's pretty much life. That's pretty much photon. So with that said, I believe I've covered everything that I can think of. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think we covered almost everything. You know how to make your car. You know how to get the body groups, props, change the lighting, the colors, phases, how to find all this information out. Um, oh wait, before also another tool you can use. Uh, there's actually a Discord. So normally I don't advertise like communities, but this is the community for Photon. This is the Photon Discord. Oh hell, how do shit? Actually, I don't think it may only be. I don't even know how to find that. Let me open it, see if there's an invite link. Cause see, I was sent. So this is so. What I'm about to show you is the Discord for Photon. Currently, as this live stream is going on, the next version of Photon is in development, and there are a lot of people supporting. Like there are a lot of people helping with this, including myself. Um, we're trying to make the next Photon as realistic as possible. Better than this one is what we're trying to. Better than the one we have now, which is called Photon LE. The next one is called Photon EX. I'm getting up the Discord. The Discord literally is anyone and everyone supporting Photon. From the original creator Schmall to some of the bigger Photon creators like Super Mighty, Noble, a lot of the heavy hitters and behind the whole development of Photon or anything dealing with Photon. This is what this does. Invite your friends to the server by clicking on the share button when you're ready. Copy. All right, so paste and go. All right, so oh well, damn it! Well, fuck, it didn't work the way I thought it was gonna work. I wanted to open it in the game. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. It's gonna open on the internet. I mean, on the website. I don't want to. I don't want to clean the account. Oh crap! Did I chose the wrong one? No, I didn't. So this is. There we go. I think I got the wrong one. There we go. Photon development. So this is the photon. What the fuck is it at? Oh Lord Jesus. All right, there we go. So this is the photons development Discord. Um, like I said, this is some of the heavy hitters when it comes to photons. So if you have any questions, pretty much this is where you go to start Photon, to start Photon. And like I said, here's some heavy hitters. Small, that's the core development. He's the one who he's the original creator of Photon. He's here. You got a lot of the big names. Talent. He does a lot of the vehicles like the 20. He did the 2015 Tahoe, Silverado, stuff like that. Creator 2013 does a lot of German lighting components, stuff like that. So like there's a lot of people here, as you can see, who wouldn't mind helping you. Sendes, everybody's here. I'm here, we all are here, and we don't mind helping you. And like I said, there's a lot of things you can do over in the resource tab. This is pretty much everything to get you started. This is where everything I just showed you is at. The Photon Workshop, that's how you get there. The GitHub is there. The YouTube channel for Small is here. And I'm going to go to this channel because this is where this is like where you can see he already did to how to create a custom light bar, how to create photon express vehicles. These are the two videos of what I just showed you. What I just showed you, I learned from these two videos here. As you can see, I watched them like over and over again. So this is also another reference. You could definitely follow. If you don't have to go subscribe, but just make sure you look at these two videos and favorite them so that way you can use these as references back to back. And this is on his YouTube channel called Alex Smith. And these two are definitely going to be useful to you. But also here you have the unofficial master component list, which I created myself. This was mine. As you can see here, this is an updated version of pretty much so everything on the GitHub. This is it, but with an updated version, meaning it has everyone's light bars, even from the basic one. I mean, from the base ones that came with Photon to people who still add to like someone who added lighting component yesterday. This is updated with all of that information. So you have like literally just from 2 all the way down to 77. These are all Photon lighting components that you can use. Okay, yeah. These are all photon lighting components you can use. It tells you the name of it and then the ID. The ID is what you put inside of the Notepad plus plus where it says ID. That's where it put it. So um, where's the example I used earlier? The Lens V, the Lens V Super LED. That's the name of it, but this is the ID. And then I give you like a brief what it is. It's a custom light bar, generic LED light bar, rotary light bar, LED dash light, dome light, custom light bar, custom light. Like I tell you what it is, and then over here you have the phases. Some of them don't have phases. That's non-applicable. But then you have non-applicable. Oh shit, I missed that for a lot. Non-applicable, applicable. And then you have ones like here, this is the federal signal valor. You have, A and the CA, which is California. It tells you everything. A, B, C, the phases are A, B, C, D, New York A, New York B. Um, the Wheeling ions. A, you have A, B, C, D, New York PD A, NYPD B, CHP A, CHP B, and like so on and so forth. And then it tells you the colors that they all support. Now, as of this moment, actually, this entire section is wrong because these all support the same color unless it is a custom light bar. For example, this here. This is a custom German light bar, but since it's German, they don't use all the lighting components that American uses. Americans we use all our colors are ridiculous. We get red, blue, white, amber, green, purple. I think I've seen a pink one before. I don't, it's ridiculous. But for them, it's just red, blue, and amber. But for most of the American light bars and lighting, it's always going to be red, blue, white, green, and amber. Those are all the colors that you can change it to. And if you keep going, these are some of the notes. These custom light bars. The lens changes colors by adding either black, amber, red, or blue to the ID. Um, Adding red, blue, amber to ID changes LED color. stuff like that. And like I said, I did all of this myself, and like I even added the links to certain to the ones that are other people's creations. So this pretty much is the an updated GitHub. And like I said, I did this myself. All me, it was last updated 10/4/2018. So I'm still like it's being updated by me personally. I do all of this myself. So if like you ever looking for, hey, I wonder what other we got. Look at that. Even the Michigan Beacon is here. Like we have like here is literally every other photon lighting component I could find. And people send it to me, hey, I just did this new one. Can you add this to the photon component list? I'll do it. Um that's right, that's right. I know something I wanted to show you. Okay, last thing too. Headlight, tail lights and stuff like that. Those are going to be the most trouble ones to create in Photon component. I mean in Photon because you have to literally create that from scratch. There's no component whereas you can well some of them now have components where you can type it in, but other ones you have to create from scratch. I also took the liberty. Some people also did like some awesome work and actually put those into made them photon components to where all you have to do is just type in the name. And I have those here for all the ones that I've had. These are all been confirmed working. So these are for the 2014 FPIU 27 police. FPIU. These are all in the same pack. If you go to this pack, it's right here. 2014 17 Ford Explorer Photon Components is made by Pringles. You just subscribe to this, and these are the IDs to use for said thing. So if you want like a 2014 FPIU with wigwags, obviously 14 Explorer wigwags, fog lights. I'm at the fog flash, flash tail lights, the rear flash, front flash, reverse lights, fog lights for the FPIU 2017 front hideaway. You have all of that here. And like I said, it's all here too for you to be confirmed. Like I said, all of this has been confirmed as working. Some of these are added with add-on with a workshop add-on like these, and then some of these are added whenever you subscribe to certain vehicles. Because I've subscribed to a lot of vehicles. I can't. I mean, I couldn't figure out which ones are which. It's just a lot time consuming. So that's why I just subscribe to all of like this right here, the 2013. These are for the 2013 Ford Police Interceptor sedan or the Ford Tourist. I have a lot of those. I don't know which ones I got these from, but these are the FPI. You got the reverse wig wag stuff on, and then for the 2011 CVPI, which we just did, these are the ones that work for this. 2015 Tahoe, 2015 Charger, 13 Tahoe, '08 Charger, and then the 12 Charger. So let's say for ours, the the Forza Horizon 3, you're going to add, let's say you're going to add, let's say you want to add, um, let's say we're going to do the outer flashers, which is the corner strobes in the front of the headlights, and we're going to do the tail lights. Ooh, excuse me. Whenever you're doing these are photon components that don't have a model. Now, listen to me carefully. Whenever you're adding a photon component that doesn't have a model, it always goes at the end. At the end of the file. After all the other ones, it goes at the end. If you throw this at the beginning, you'll get an error and it will fuck up everything. I didn't learn this until probably like maybe 5 months ago is when I finally learned that out because somebody in the Discord group told me what I was doing wrong, and it was confusing. I was like, "Yo, why is it doing this every time I add a component? It like disappears. It gives me an error." And they finally told me, whenever you're adding lighting components without a model, you always put it at the end. So, with that in mind, we're gonna add it to the end. So once again, just copy 1, 2. There we go. 1 and 2. And like I said, we're going to be doing the. First of all, you want to delete this. It's a good thing I look too. That gets deleted. So, the only good thing about when doing these are already like center. Like there's nothing much you do, just change the name. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. Whenever you're adding something like this, you're always going to keep the scale at 1, and then everything is 0. Literally everything is 0 because they already do it for you. And they never have phases. Well, you can some of them you can change colors. Some you can some you can change colors, but some a lot of the other ones they don't have phases. All right, and let's do the Forza Horizon 3 CVPI outer flashers. And then let's do the CVPI Forza Horizon 3 flash tail. And add. Go back to Garrys mod. Oop. Let's make sure everything looks good. Those are dead last. If I get an error, I think I know why I'm getting an error. Oh no, they get an error. Okay. And now you're gonna hop inside. And now you don't see them, but that's because they don't automatically. They don't have a code one. They don't have a code 1 pattern. So code 2, still nothing. But code 3, you still don't get anything. What the fuck? I think something fucked up. I think I fucked up somewhere. That gets deleted. It say fucking at line 134. 134. It's line 134. Everything. Oh, okay. There we go. Now I'm getting a whole nother goddamn. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? Let me, instead of doing this, making this hard for myself, I believe one of them is wrong. No, CBPI Brandway. C4. Oh, it has an S, so it's the flashers. Everything looks good. Why am I getting an error? Oh, I don't have it that time. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. So there you go. You got the corner strobes. Like I said, they're already centered. You don't have to do much, and then you have the rear tail light flash. For the front, you can change the color. For the corner strobes, you can change colors. It's just the same way. Color 1, amber. Color 2, green. And there you go. And that's how you do like the tail lights and headlights. And like I say, if you can learn how to make them on your own, that's great. I don't, so I have my little cheat sheet. My little cheat sheet there. That's what I have. So, like I said, all of this can be found in this little in the Photon development Discord. All of this can be found here. Like literally, all this can be found here. But the Discord, like I said, besides like the Discord is going to be the best thing you can do because, like I said, you have everything here. But you can also, you need some help with the Photon lighting engine. You can go down to right here, support. Hey, such and such is wrong. I need some help. like I said, people they don't mind helping you. Like the big people don't mind helping you. There's doctors super mighty. They definitely don't mind helping. It's a community. That's what we're here for. So definitely do this. And like I said, you can also stay updated. Photon EX, that's the next version of Photon. You can be, you can start looking at that. Suggestions, you got a lot of suggestions. Development. Let's see what's new. Let's see what's new. So see, like he's working on, I mean, he's working on like a whole new, light, some more lighting, different modules, stuff like that. That's how it may look. As you can see, it looks different from what it looks like now. He's adding a lot more of the controller, smart control. This is the smart control, I believe, for the I believe smart controller. I think this is for smart controller. I know what this is for. Something is telling me like federal signal though. I think this is for like a federal signal stuff. Look at that, more, just more stuff that you can take a look at, different color lenses and whatnot, light bars, stuff like that. See, like this is the like you can literally, like I said, it's the best place to go, and then you have like anything you need. So definitely go look at this. Definitely go follow this. I mean, go join this Discord. It is definitely something you might want to do. But I think that's it. I think I've taught you everything you need to know. I think I have. So I mean, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So I mean, thanks for tuning into the stream. You guys got any questions? I'm gonna upload this over on YouTube so you can keep looking at this over and over. If you got any questions, feel free to leave it in a comment on the YouTube section. I mean on the YouTube video of this. But other than that, guys, you're welcome.